Ready, we are live.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm getting an echo. You know what? I'm going to come out of here for now. All right, I should have got rid of echo.
Is your volume down?
Is your volume up?
Is it mine? Now my phones are down.
Testing 2, 3, 4. Testing 2, 3, 4. You still getting the echo?
I can take it off my page if that.
No wonder. Say something.
Hello, how are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. How's your day been today, my brother? Has it been well? I'm not sure what's happening. Test. 1, 2, 3, tests. Test. 1, 2, 3, test. How are you today,
Do you have
sir?
YouTube on your phone?
No, I didn't do my YouTube. I did my Facebook and Instagram. You want me to just take it off mine just to see?
Make sure it's turned off.
Yeah, it's off. It is. I got the volume, and the phone is off, and my volume is all the way down. Yeah, yeah, it's on silent.
I think we
Okay.
fixed it. I don't hear the echo anymore.
All right. Praise the Lord. See, everybody want to blame the devil. The devil. Technical issues.
Um, the echo is back.
Oh boy. What is all this stuff? Uh-oh. There we go. It's still back, you said?
Hmm.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Do you have more than one device? It is hot up in this office.
Yeah, but I took it off YouTube though, so YouTube isn't on anymore.
Okay, did that help?
With the echo, and I don't understand it. It shouldn't be an echo there. Let me make sure one quick thing.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I know what the problem was.
What?
All right, say something now.
Hello, hello. Happy birthday. How are you today, sir? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. It's
It's
good. Keep
fixed. It
going.
was on my end. I had YouTube up in the background, and it
Okay.
was picking up the echo on the laptop. So
Ah,
sorry about that.
okay. As long as it wasn't me.
Uh,
But hey, Lawrence.
I just got to remember to close the window once I started. Great. So what I'm going to do is do the countdown, and then we can go ahead and start.
Okay.
And five, four, three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thirsty Topics. Hey, Wonder.
Hey, Lawrence, how are you, my friend?
I am doing great. How about you?
I'm great, man. Day off, and I'm just chilling. I'm excited about these topics that we're going to talk about today. So I'm ready. I'm ready like Freddie.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be some juicy topics.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. So how was your day today?
My day was busy, but very, very good, though. Very good.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Beautiful day outside in Chicago. Come on.
Yes, definitely.
And you know what I love? I love the evening. We've been getting 70, high 70s, 80s. At night, it's in the 50s. Open your
Yes,
window. No
yes.
place like Chicago, baby.
That's true. Well, we're one of the few places where you can get all four seasons in one day.
Oh yeah, for sure. Probably the half a day.
True that. That's
Yes,
true.
sir. Yes, sir, Doc.
Well, we're going to start this off with a very interesting topic.
Okay.
Now, I'm quite sure everyone know who Ray J is, which, he's the brother of Brandy.
Mhm.
Well, Ray J had a boxing match recently,
Okay.
and it didn't go so well for him.
Wow.
So Ray J was seen being savagely knocked out by his opponent during a celebrity MMA match after claiming he only had months to live. Anyone following Ray J was talking a little while back about his health problems because, allegedly he has a bad heart. And he was saying that, he only has a short time to live and, his health is bad, things of that nature, which is amazing why you would get in the ring if that's the case. But the singer was seen going up against YouTuber Super Hot Fire at live streamer Aiden Ross UFC's Apex event in Las Vegas on Saturday, May 23rd. The bout was short lived for Ray J, who is 45, with Super Hot Fire, 35, delivering a knockout blow in the second round. Viewers saw Ray J stunned after being on the receiving end of the brutal punch as he fell against the ropes before hitting the ground. While he did manage to get back up, he then had to sit down on the stool, leading to the referee making the decision to end the fight, which took place just months after he said he would be dead by 2027.
Ooh.
Now, there's a lot to wrap in this here.
Oh yes.
And I guess the first thing that comes to mind is if it's true you think that, you're not going to live very long, why would you do something like this in the first place? Second thing is, I think it was a bad look. I could be wrong, but I think it's for publicity because after he got knocked out, he was making the reference that, basically, I don't know what you're doing. We both losing here. You didn't stick to the script. And I'm sitting there listening like, so what are you insinuating here? I mean, was this supposed to be staged and he's just decided to go off script with you? There's a lot to unpack here. What do you think, Wanda?
The first thing came to my mind. I love music, right? And the first
Right.
thing came to my mind was, what do people do for money? Come on. I didn't see the video. I can't wait to see it. But sometimes when when we look at celebrities and the culture of the celebrity, we have to ask ourselves: are we watching entertainment, or are we watching someone's painful life? We have to ask ourselves that. Are you that thirsty? No pun intended. To be in the limelight. 45 years old. He grew up as a child star.
Mhm.
So that it just doesn't make any sense to know that, uh, and to know that your health. Because that really put me in mind. Remember back in the day when what's his name, the featherweight guy with the eye, and they told him if he boxed one more time he could go blind if he get hit. Oh,
I
I
remember.
I was a little girl. I still can't remember. Sugar Ray. Was it Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray
Mhm.
Leonard.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think about that. So why would you go into that? Lots of questions. But we are living in a strange time. We're living in a strange world right now, and what people are doing. And one of the biggest challenges for celebrities, what they face, are past relationships, because we all already know whether it was Ray J or Kanye West who was connected to Kim Kardashian. When you are attached to someone in the media like that, you're going to always be, your life is always regurgitated. Nothing that you do, 45 years old, past, So when we look at what this brother has done to himself, the embarrassment alone, whether it
Mhm.
was staged or not, the embarrassment alone, oh my God.
I agree with you. And the one thing that kind of strikes me is I get it. Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame, 30 minutes of fame, or whatever. But you have to take a look at it and say, okay, is this really worth the risk if it
Right.
goes bad?
Exactly.
Because he's getting a lot of press right now. He's getting a lot of,
Oh yeah.
but it's for the wrong reason. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then you look back and ask, was it really worth it? And to me, I would say no, because no one wants to jump in the ring and get knocked out. No one.
Not at all. Not at all. We're living in a culture now where, you know, society, they're taking the lowest moment, people's lowest moment, and they're making investments out of it. They're making it go viral. Because I'm almost sure that video went viral, didn't
Yes, it did, unfortunately.
it? Yeah. So that video went viral. So it's really a shame that we are at this level, that this news is so juicy that people are, they're going crazy for this. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's sad. Fame. Is it worth it? Is it worth, you ask that question, is it worth the cost of you losing your integrity? Because like I said, Ray J grew up as a child star, a brother to Brandy. Everybody, most people know it. I won't say everybody knows it. And like I say, famously dating Kim Kardashian. So he's been in the light of all the other shows that he's been on, and he's just always seemed to have a lot of controversy following him as well, when you think about it. So I hope it wasn't a stunt. I just really hope it was, because we know that people are putting things out there, making it seem like it's one thing and it's really not another, looking for sympathy. Do you think it could have been sympathy? Because we know that we have other situations that's happened with famous people where things happen to them and they are looking for sympathy,
That's true. That's true.
and sometimes staging it,
That's
allegedly.
true.
Allegedly.
But the other thing that amazes me is that when you're on top, okay, everyone comes down off that high. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
One day you're the hottest thing in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Next minute, people haven't heard from you in a while. I mean, that's just how the business works. So you have to take a look and say, okay, if I look at the total trajectory of my career,
Mm-hmm.
is this going to help me or hurt me?
Right.
And it really doesn't matter if he won or lost his battle. To some people, it looks like he's thirsty, he's desperate for
Yeah.
attention. And he wants people to go, he wants people to look at him and go, hey, look at me over here. And, all fame is not good fame.
And that was my next point, that is fame freedom. Some people think, oh, I made it, I finally made it. And I hear so many people when they give their backstories, either they were on drugs, whatever, and they think becoming famous is going to make them better. Does it really, or is it a prison?
True.
And the
True.
thing about it, when you do so-called make it, you just got more money to do the dumb stuff that you were doing before you became famous. So is it really a freedom, or does these mistakes follow you forever?
Well, you
Do
hit
they
on a
follow
great
you
point.
forever?
You hit on a great point, Wonder. And the reason why I say that is, let's say there's a Hollywood producer out there. This is
Mhm.
just a what if scenario.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about, you know what? Ray J may be good in this role.
Yeah.
They see this
Hmm.
and go, maybe he's not the person that we thought was for this particular role. Maybe we
Yeah.
should look at someone else. Sometimes you have to take a look at, with this 15 minutes of fame, for other areas of my career,
Right.
because
Exactly.
everyone is paying attention to what you do. Even the average person, and most people don't understand this, when you apply for a job now, they're on your social media. They're looking at
Oh,
everything you have out.
yes.
I mean,
Yes.
we're in a total different time. I mean, thank God when I was growing up, we didn't have none of this. So,
Catch me if you can. Wow.
now it's
Eh,
a
eh,
situation where, if you try to run for office or do anything, they could go, well, let's see what is social media. You look, oh,
It
wow, look at this.
absolutely will.
Hmm.
I know a manager who recently got fired from a job in a really nice facility. She was a chef, and they went on her Facebook page and they saw some stuff that she was doing, and yeah. So I even tell my kids, because as a former chairman for our scholarships that we give out to our kids, when we're doing the interviews, so we look at the picture, because that's what we do.
Right.
We go on the pages and we would tell them in a real nice way, before you graduate, you need to take that picture down. You can't be showing skin like that. You can't be having provocative pictures, because not only will colleges look at you, but when you look to get a job, they're going to look at your social media pages. That's how the cops catch so many people. They don't even realize the cops go right on the social media page, so you makes their job real easy to do their what do you call it, investigations. And one of the things is, getting back to this celebrity, uh, sometimes they do that to keep their brand.
Yes.
The negativity keeps the controversy keeps them relevant.
True.
So that, I know you said something like that too, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So
That's
it's
true.
it's it's, it's bad. Yeah.
It's gotten to the point, Wonder, where I still don't understand why these young kids do this. They will commit a crime and put it on social media. And I look at it and go, wow, how stupid are you?
Argue. Yeah, but because they want the fame, they want to be seen. It's just like a lot of celebrities. When I know it was happening a lot in Atlanta, a lot of those people, oh, I'm on vacation, I'm doing this, and a lot, even regular people. I never post my stuff until I'm back. Had a great time. You're not gonna know where I've been until I put up what I want you to know. If
Mhm.
I want you to see me, I'll put myself out there. But I'm not gonna post. Oh, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks,
I
and
hear you. I'm the same way. Like, if I post any vacation pics,
yeah,
it's
after
after
the
I
fact.
get, not while I'm gone.
That's right. Like I said, I had a great time.
That
Really
is true.
enjoyed myself. Yeah, but it was just, I just hope that this wasn't. But you said some key things when you first started talking about that, and I just really hope that that just wasn't a stunt that could have cost him his life, because we know he's an actor.
Right.
You're in pictures. You want to remain relevant, and then some people just don't want to give up that life, and they want the spotlight. You see it all the time when And in a lot of careers where some people don't want to give up the ghost, as they say, give up the ghost. Give the real pass the torch, give it to somebody else, Come back on another level. Some people
Mhm.
come back as directors and doing different stuff like that. Don't try to stay in the game as long as you need to, or do something dumb like that. Because that was dumb. You know,
I
uh,
agree. I agree 100%.
yes. Yeah.
Talking about dumb, I'm
All
quite
right.
sure everyone has heard about the gunshots that were fired near the White House.
Oh yeah.
So, a gunman who shot at the White House security checkpoint was killed in an exchange of fire with Secret Service agents on Saturday evening, officials have confirmed. The suspect, named Nasir Best, a 21-year-old man, the Metropolitan Police Department told the BBC. He reportedly was known to police and had a documented history of mental health. So, gunfire rang out just after 6 o'clock local time. Reporters filming outside ducked and ran for cover inside the White House. U.S. President Donald Trump was at the White House but was unharmed. He thanked officers for their swift and professional action. The shooting comes a month after a gunman opened fire at the White House correspondence dinner. The thing that stands out to me about this is it's no secret that there are people that have issues that, for whatever reason, makes threats against the president.
Yeah.
That's been going on for years. You know, every president has unfortunately to deal with this.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's at an all-time high for people actually attempting to do it with President Trump. Or it could be just me, but it seems like there's a lot of people that's physically trying to go after him. What do you think, Wander?
Uh, Everything you said was true. It's really sad. Uh, the word on the street has been the first time it was a setup, for him to get a sympathy from the people because he was going through the voting before the election and everything. So that was the first words that you would hear some people say that was a setup. He was looking for sympathy, and then to see that, and I said I was going to stay away from politics, but the guy, the Hungarian dictator who just got dethroned
Oh,
a
yeah.
few weeks ago. Similar situation. It was told to him by Russia to cause an assassination attempt. You'll get the sympathy of the voter. So it's kind of like he told the story of what people have been saying about what happened to our own president, right? And so when you see the boy that cried wolf, after a while, something really is going to happen. And it's not like there aren't people who really doesn't want to see. I've seen all type of um, information on social media was saying that he's falling asleep. He's falling asleep. But my thing is, he's waking up. People got all kind of different things. So there are lots of people that doesn't want this man to be in office still. So it's a whole lot. Pick a person, any person. It's a shame when you have so many enemies, you don't even know who to go to first unless you get the person red-handed. So it's really sad because mental illness is real. People are suffering. People are they're concerned about what's going to happen tomorrow. Looking at the gas prices, looking at the fact that they can't even buy medication, they can't even eat, can't feed their children. So people are at an all-time high when they're disappointed with this administration. So I'm not surprised. I would say just a word. I'm not a prophet liar, but as we continue to keep having people as enemies, we've got to be careful because we're sitting ducks.
Yeah.
And so, and
That's,
this time, this guy was actually killed because he came closer. I don't know it's because they got enough information about the thing that just had at the correspondence dinner, whatever happened there. If they get, because that was only like a few weeks earlier.
yep.
So here it is again. So again, these stories. Are they true? They could be true. They could be a gimmick to get the sympathy of people. Either way, it's a sad affair.
Yeah. I think you have a situation where people are hurting to the point of being so bad that they're getting desperate.
Yeah.
They feel that nothing's being done, no one's stopping them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to go too deep into how politics works,
Yeah.
but this is why voting is so important.
Yes.
I hear people say all the time, oh, it doesn't matter if we vote or not. And I ask you, I said, if you really think that voting doesn't matter, why do you think one political party is spending so much money to try and change laws
Absolutely.
and block people from voting? Because think about it. If your vote didn't matter, why would they spend all that money doing it in that
Right.
time? That tells you how important your voice is. It's very important.
And that's a deep point because it even goes back to who you are and what your worth is.
Mhm.
When, as African Americans, man, the things that our ancestors, they fought, they
Yes.
had dogs sicked on them. And it's been said a long time, like you said, my one vote don't count. Now, the way things are being set up, your one vote won't count. So, what was said a long time ago can now come into fruition because we've been so lackadaisical about it, or we think it because we're in 2026. We're living in this time. No, they're trying to push us back to the 1700s.
Hmm.
So yeah, so again, like you said, people are desperate.
Yeah.
They're
I
desperate.
get why people are angry. I really do. But
Yeah.
one thing people have to understand,
Hmm.
there is no person to me on this earth worth losing my life over
Oh, absolutely.
and going to prison for.
Hmm.
And yes, it's painful. It's hard to go through this stuff. You know, in Chicago, gas prices are somewhere between $5 and $6 a gallon. So I get it. I mean, that's painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not making a lot of money, you're
Hmm.
basically spending your paycheck just to move around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing is that hurts, and you feeling that pain. And
Yeah.
sometimes you feel desperate where you feel there's no hope in sight. But
Right.
you still have to make sure that your actions don't affect other people because
Yeah.
whatever this gunman was going through, yes, he's been killed, but he has possibly a family,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe parents, maybe a child, maybe
Yeah.
siblings. And what sometimes people forget is you don't only just hurt yourself, but you're hurting people who care about you too.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not just you when you do stuff like this. And some of those people will say, wow, I wish I had known that, you were going through this. I would have been there. I mean, call me, talk to me or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people have to understand that, when you get to that point where it seems like you're just about to break, reach out for help. And if you
Sure.
have to, talk to a counselor. There's
Yeah.
nothing to be embarrassed about that.
Hmm.
Sometimes you need to talk to someone, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And we talked about that before. You said something that was so profound, and I remember just thinking about this. Have you ever thought about the ones you're going to leave behind?
Mhm.
When you are here making these boneheaded choices, when you are out here making decisions without thinking, or you're so frustrated. And I remember I used to tell them, because I told you I work with behavior children, and I find myself telling those kids, you're going to be grown, you're closer to being an adult. And when you go out there and making these adult decisions, like this young man could have been one of my students, he
Yeah.
could have been one of my students, and you go and you just go out there and you get ambushed because now they're ready for you. So yeah, have you ever thought about the ones you're going to leave behind?
Mhm.
Yeah, good question. Very
That's
good
true.
question. You
That's
know,
true.
and like I say, we haven't seen anything yet. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a prophet liar, but if you're watching the news on any level, and I'm a news junkie, if things don't get better, they're going to get worse before they get better. I'm just believing that the creator of this heaven and earth is just not going to allow it to be over with because of what's happening now. Because history has shown us that unity We can come together like a lot of people are doing now, but it's going to be dangerous. There's a lot of sacrificial lambs. We've already had some of them with some of those ice ages in Minnesota. We've already
Mhm.
seen how people were coming together, and even with them trying to put these people in cages. You know, Rachel Maddow broke the story a few weeks back, talking about and making people be aware because there's so many different things being thrown at us that they want us to try to look at this one thing, look at this one thing, but we got to look at the big picture. And I guess this individual thought that they could go and kill the president or whatever and think that that was going to solve it. That's not going to solve it. What's happening now with, as they say, boots on the ground, people are on the ground and they're in different states fighting because if they succeed with putting us away or putting people away in cages, cages that can hold 8 to 10,000 people. Google it. And people are fighting. And I believe right now they're in a lot of Republican states, and those people said no. You're not bringing this stuff over here, and their plan was to take these people over there that they'll never be seen again. And they were already showing you what they can do in that wise with the ICE agents, what they were doing the last 6 months to a year ago. So when you get people that are fed up, we're going to have incidents like what happened with this young man shooting it at the White House, trying to get in there. You
That's
know?
true. I would love to say you're wrong, Wonder, but unfortunately, I think you're right on that.
Mm, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
here is a sad story to me.
Yeah.
Um, Scams have been around for a long time, and it seems like for whatever reason, scams are at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get approvals for loans that I never approved, that I never applied for all the time on my phone.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is this scam. It's called the Tom Selleck scam warning.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you saw this article, but and actually was on TV on multiple channels. But an elderly couple was found dead in their California home last week, and what authorities suspect was a murder suicide. Details are limited as homicide investigators continue to work on the case. But on Saturday, a friend of the couple spoke with people about what was going on in the lives at their home. And allegedly, one or more scammers impersonating Tom Selleck have been involved with them for months.
Mm.
The tragedy struck on May 15th when Riverside County Sheriff deputies discovered Karen Whitaker, 79, and Donald Whitaker, 80, with traumatic injuries during a welfare check at the residence on Montego Bay Drive just before noon. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. Now, according to their longtime friend, Joy Midicki, Karen had begun asking their friend group for money the day before. She told them that Selleck's manager's wife had died and the manager needed money. Donna, who was aware it was a scam, was embarrassed by his wife's actions. That was the last straw for Donald. He told the outlet he was so embarrassed he could not believe she would ask her friends to participate in the scam. You know, the one thing that I tell people, and the trend is that they're really, really zeroing in on elderly people.
Yes. Yes.
And one thing I have to say is Tom Selleck is still on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's on a very popular TV show right now, and he's been in the business for years, had a lot of successful movies. His famous role, I'm probably dating myself, was Magnum PI years ago.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So this is not someone who's broke.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
celebrity will not be reaching out to get
Right.
money from someone they don't know.
Joe Blow. Right.
And the other thing too is Tom Selleck being the big actor he is. If his wife died, that literally would be in the news because he's
Wow.
an A-rated actor, so you would hear it in
Right.
the news.
Exactly.
I don't know I've done these stories on previous episodes, Wonder, and
Mhm.
I just don't know what the answer is to get people to understand. Because to me, it's pretty easy, especially when it's a celebrity, that
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, yeah,
scam.
yeah.
But for some
Absolutely.
reason, you keep hearing all these heartbreaking stories over and over again of
Yeah.
people giving away their life savings. And now you got the extreme where someone takes the life of him and his wife because of it. I, I don't know. I mean, what is the answer?
Well, you know what? It goes back to the desperate times that we're in.
Mhm.
And this story shows just how dangerous online scams have become, especially scams involving celebrities and emotional manipulation. Like you just said, emotional manipulation. Who times are like, oh, they're feeling bad for it. But, it's sad because this wasn't just about money. It appears the scam affected the entire emotional and mental stability of the family. You just said, have you ever thought about the ones you're going to leave behind?
Mhm.
You just said that.
Mhm.
So when people are out here being greedy and selfish, doing something like that, and it also reminded me of a story we just had last week. I believe it was last week because time goes by so quick. But I know it was in recent days here in Chicago that this lady got a call from a guy, and he told her he needed $10,000.
Mm.
Otherwise, she was going to jail. You know why? Because she missed jury duty. She was at the bank. So my head is off. This is on Eyewitness News, Channel 7, a legitimate channel. And while she was on the phone with the man while she's at the bank, they were getting the money together. The banker says something's not right. So the
Mhm.
bankers were a little bit wise and they were able to save that woman's money.
Mhm.
So the scammers are out here, and it's sad that this online thing has come so quick. It's so easy now. As we talked about the thing with the AI and all that, the bottom line is there's good and bad. And now here it is. Someone's using these online and all this AI, whatever, to scam people, to murder, for God's sake.
And you know the crazy thing about it, which is actually good, is a lot of banks are starting to train their employees how to catch this.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen some stories where the teller would not do the transaction and ask some more questions. Say, ma'am, sir, let's talk about this a little bit. Are you sure you want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because they see that this is a scam. Something's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially someone that's got all their money in the account, and next thing you know, you start, all of a sudden 5,000, 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. You know, they're gonna go away and whoa, whoa, whoa. Is everything okay? Because that's unusual.
Exactly. Many older adults, they're lonely.
Yeah, it's true.
They're grieving. Some of them have probably lost their spouse or their a close loved one, and so they're looking for companionship. And that is the ideal place for scammers to breed on these people and to know exactly how to deal with their vulnerability. And so, as a former caretaker, we would have to take. I did it here in Illinois, and I did it when I lived in Nashville. And each of these states require, if you are a caregiver, that you have to go through these mandated courses. One of them was about scamming. So, because you would have a lot of caregivers taken from these elderly people, taking a checkbook, doing everything, grocery shop, everything.
Wow.
So elderly people, man, they are the number one targets to be victimized with something like that, and that's why I'm glad the laws are out there for them. I hate this happened to this young. It's a wake up call. This is
Really
truly a
is.
wake up call, man, for communities, churches, all these elderly people in churches.
Mhm.
Check on them. Don't just have them writing their checks and sending you money for tithes. Check on them.
I would say we need to take it a step further. If you have a parent or parents that are
Well,
elderly, check in on them every so often.
mhm.
Kind of ask, hey, how's your day going? Everything going good? Is there anything, we need to be worried about? Because sometimes just by having that conversation, it may slip out.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so is having problems. They need money. I'm gonna help them with money. And then you go back, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's take a step here back and let's take a look at this first.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to what you said as well, too, as far as a lot of times elderly people are lonely.
Hmm.
They may even have children, but maybe the children don't call very much. Maybe they don't come around. We shouldn't judge because we don't know why they don't call, why they don't come around,
Hmm.
but someone needs to be checking on them.
Yeah.
Just to even just say hi, hey, how you doing? Is everything good? You
And
know?
let me tell you, I'm blessed with one because I'm retired. Like I still have to do something. You go to my next chapter, and I work with a man. It's a private case, and I work with him. And the kid, the sons, they're busy, professionals doing different things. They do come and check on them, and everything. But when I was a word of mouth, it goes to show you word of mouth. My name came up when someone was looking for someone for this guy. He had a very high position. Now he's dealing with the elderly things, Parkinson's, and sometimes memory loss. And when my name was brought up, I'm uh, I'm highly esteemed. I went to his 80th birthday last year. The people in the family that never met me. Oh, this is Wanda. Oh, it's so nice to see a face behind the name. People need people such as myself who genuinely care about these people. The facilities that I'm in, a lot of the people, and I'm talking about this is a high end place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people, they love talking. I love talking to you because I make them feel welcome. A lot of people don't come and visit them. They don't, they think because they're elderly and they can't think that they can get over on them, even in these facilities. So it is so wonderful that you said what you said. If you have an elderly loved one, man, go visit them.
Mm-hmm.
Take some time out. And it's so many people in the family, you can tag team and they'll never be lonely without seeing people because everybody in the family tag team.
Yep. That's so
Because
true.
these people, they're victims. And a lot of people, they're getting jobs. Uh, they're only working just to have a job. They don't care about these elderly people. I know you're about to say something. I'm on my soapbox now.
No, that's an excellent point,
Yeah.
especially people in nursing homes.
Yeah.
Don't just put them in the home and never see them.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to come and check on them
Yeah.
because the the best way to get excellent care for your loved one in a nursing home, and I've seen this firsthand, is when they see people care,
Oh,
when they
yes.
see people showing up. And the best thing is when it's a bunch of people showing up.
Yes.
Everybody don't have to go at the same time.
Yep.
Show up at different times.
Yep. And you get different perspective. Because I'm telling you something, man. One thing I would tell, and they love me and I love them back. I used to be a Teamster, baby. I was a union steward from the Teamster for the University of Chicago Hospital. So I don't play. So when I see stuff, I love people. I love children. I love. I'm not really a dog person, even though I got three of them. I'm not, but I love animals. I love elderly people. And God, you do something to any of those three, God got a special. It's a special place for you, man. For you to abuse an elderly person or a child or an animal, man. Vulnerable people, man, and animals. No. So yeah. So it's just really sad that happened to this couple, and it's just so many people that I do know that are scammed.
Yeah,
And then by the time they find out, it's too little, too late.
that is so true.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a positive spin now.
Okay.
And I love this story. High schools are working to address the skills trade shortage around the country. So, what high schools are doing is they're bridging the trade worker shortage gap. The future of our economy heavily relies on skilled trade workers to maintain and develop essential infrastructures, technology, and services. As we witness a growing shortage in trade professions, High schools stand at the forefront of a transformative opportunity. By choosing to pursue trades, young individuals can not only secure stable and rewarding careers, but also address the critical workforce gaps that infrastructure nationwide are experiencing. Let's explore the significance of this trend, the benefits of entering the trades, and actionable steps high school students can take to become pivotal players in bridging the trade worker shortage gap. I've been talking about this for a long time,
Me too.
and I believe that college is not for everyone. And there are some students that go to college and have no idea what they want to do. I think that's a horrible idea because most people have to take on student loans. And the worst thing to do is take on student loans for something you don't want to do.
Do
And then you turn around, don't even graduate
don't even
because you decided.
finish. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that debt's still there. That don't go away. A lot of shortages right now are in truck driving, diesel mechanics, the skill trades as far as the construction industry. There are a lot of these things where AI cannot do. People want AI to do everything. It's great for office professional stuff.
Mhm.
I've never seen AI um, take a hammer and build a house. I've never seen.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with the trades. Plus, you can go to a trade school for a fraction of the cost of going to
absolutely.
1 year of college.
That's right.
Again, there's nothing wrong with trade. In fact, I remember growing up, when I went to high school, they had drafting, they had shop,
Yes.
they
Yes.
had data processing,
Yep.
they had a
Food
bunch of other
service. Yeah.
yep,
Hmm.
food service, and those are careers. So even if you don't go to college, guess what? You have some work skills. You have something to do
Absolutely.
after you graduate.
Hmm.
So I think this is great. I love this. What about you?
Oh yeah, you know what? One of the biggest problems in America right now is exactly what you just said. It's a shortage of skilled workers.
Mhm.
Many older people are leaving. They're retiring. So those jobs need to be filled, and we don't have enough people. Again, I go back to my point as being a former scholarship chairman, and I can remember being in those meetings. And when we would interview some of those kids, that's actually what comes up now. They're
Mhm.
saying, "Well, have you thought about why would you want to go to a college way out here? Have you counted the cost of what is? If we're going to give you a scholarship, you get another scholarship, but have you thought about leaving so far away? Why you think about going to school here in the state of Illinois? Have you thought about going to a community college? Get your associate degree, and if you decide you want to go further your career, do it that way. So yeah, those are options. A real good friend of mine, a former board member, Reverend Robert Moore. I speak of this man so highly. He works with not only college students, but he works with uh, uh, people with felonies. And they
Mhm.
have a program that he's connected with several colleges, community colleges throughout the state of Illinois, the South suburban area, stuff like that. And these young men and women come into the program, and some of them probably have been like dope dealers or different things like that. Don't you know those folk know how to, if they could do stuff like that, they could be chemists, they could be
Yes.
pharmacists, they could be builders, like in
Mhm.
his program. And one of his program was about they had to come into the program. We have to get him on the show because maybe some things happened since what I'm telling you now. But they would get these houses. One of the requirements was once they finished the program, they had to purchase a three-flat building, fix that building, and that's going to be their first investment property once they graduate.
Wow.
Then there were scriptures. I was reading the workbook, and then there
Mhm.
were scriptures inside that which helps to build their character. And these were felons. people with
Mm,
felonies. And you don't have to have a felony, but his program, I'm sure, has expanded since then. But yes,
mhm,
so everybody is not uh, built to go to college.
mhm.
Forget that. You know, that's why some folks go back to college 80 and 90 years old. So I've seen an old person with gray hair going back to college. But yeah, make those coins. And in the society that we're in right now and the future of our young people, we definitely need to encourage work skill. You know, we don't you don't have to go to college. Like you said, you're indebted now.
Right. And don't get me wrong, because some people may watch this
Mhm.
and get the misunderstanding that
Yeah.
I'm saying don't go to college. That's not what I'm
But you're
saying.
not saying that. I'm not saying that either.
If you have a vision and a direction on where you want to go, and
Hmm.
there are certain schools that may not be in your town that makes sense based on the career path you want to take.
Hmm.
But what I'm saying is, if you have no idea what you want to do,
Hmm.
to me, you may want to think twice about just going to school for the sake of going to school.
Yeah. But you know, you said something that was so profound that, you know, programs in schools, which is another thing, they've cut out a whole lot of things out.
Oh,
Even when
yes.
I was going to cursive writing, they took out
Mhm.
art, all of that stuff. The foods, the shop, those were jobs, especially for my kids when I was in special needs.
Mhm.
And you know, those kids need a skill because they're gonna grow up and
Yes.
be and whoever was taking care of them are going to probably be gone and they need to know how to survive in the world, right? And so with them not having those programs in school, it's really sad. But I'm out, well, where I am now, certain areas, certain zip codes, they have all that right now in certain zip codes. So when you get out of your zip code and your area code, you realize that there are certain areas of life where people are investing back in their community. Because one of the ladies that I took care of years ago, God rest her soul, I would see her writing her because she was 90 something years old. She was still writing her checks and everything, and she was giving money to the local schools. And she said, "Oh yeah, we have to give money back to the schools." And in certain zip codes, people give back to their local schools. She's 90. Her kids are way grown. So that's the other thing with the community. We need to come together no matter what your zip code is. You should be willing to go back there, volunteer, send some coins back there. Imagine if certain people gave $100 here, $100 there to your local school. And for certain programs that no longer are there, that you can make sure that they're in your school, in your neighborhood, if you really care. I'm on my soapbox again.
No, I totally
Ah,
understand, and that all makes sense. It really does.
yeah.
Well, this last one is going to be
Mhm.
very interesting, and I'm really interested on getting your take on this.
Okay.
Well, recently, Kevin Hart had a roast, okay, and people are very angry about that roast. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. To me, I think it's disrespectful. And the reason why I say that is some of them they go too far with the jokes
Yeah.
to the point of going crossing the line, being
Sure.
disrespectful.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is probably a good example of what I'm talking about. But controversial jokes had aired. Roasters made remarks about slavery, Hart's family, and George Floyd, sparking outrage and accusations of crossing comedic boundaries. So the fallout from Kevin Hart's Netflix roast intensified as Pastor Jamal Bryant called it disrespectful, dressed as jokes, warning that unchecked racism and comedy signals consent. Michael Shea, and for people who don't know who Michael Shea is, he's actually on Saturday Night Live. He does
Oh
the,
yeah.
the comedic news report in the middle of the show.
Yes. Okay.
So he criticized the racial tone in an all white writing team, while D.L. Hughley, and I'm quite sure everybody knows who he is, linked Tony Hinchcliffe's George Floyd joke to his controversial political appearances. Now, this gentleman here allegedly makes a lot of racial jokes. Okay. A lot of people
Mhm.
don't like him.
Yeah.
And George Floyd's family and activists like Tamika Mallory also condemned the material, underscoring the deep offensive caused by the performance. To me, and I know I saw Kevin Hart being interviewed on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he said was, well, what do you want me to do? It's a live event. I personally beg to differ on that. I remember when they was roasting Tom Brady. Someone made a joke about the former owner of the team he played for. Tom Brady kind of checked them right then and there. He did it in a professional way, but he checked them.
Okay.
To me, if you're making racial jokes, and the George Floyd joke to me should have never been said. Some
Never.
people argue, why was he even invited anyway? Because it's past. And I understand both sides. Okay. Comics need to express themselves. It's freedom of speech. I get all that. But to me, there is a line,
Yeah.
especially when you're talking about stuff that's so hurtful to a lot of people. And I remember personally when George Floyd was killed
Yeah.
and they did the court proceedings, and you literally saw him die right before your
For
eyes.
your eyes. Yeah.
And I remember um, Derek Chauvin's expression. It was like ice, like it didn't matter to him. And that's an image I will never forget.
Yeah.
So to me, I can never see a joke about that because to me, that's not funny.
No.
And to me, it hurts because that could have been me. That could have been my son,
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
brother. That could
Yeah.
have been my uncle, my cousin.
Yeah.
So I don't find that funny at all. I find it hurtful. Am I being overly sensitive? I don't know. But I don't know. That's just the way I feel.
No, no. And you have a right to feel that way. And you know what? This situation really, really brings up ongoing debate about comedy versus responsibility. You
Mm-hmm.
know, at what point does a joke stop being comedy and being offensive and reopening wounds for people? I remember a so-called frenemy. Oh, I'm just playing, always making fun. Well, see, it's funny if we both are laughing. If you're the only one laughing, it's an insult. So we have to be real, real mindful of comedy. And Kevin Hart, oh yeah, yeah. You know, not just him, but what he did in this particular circumstance, it was just there was no excuse. You know, and a lot of people are divided. A lot of people are divided uh, because they say if you watch a roast, you know nothing is off limits, while others believe certain tragedies, as you just said about James Floyd, and racial trauma should never be a punchline. It should never be a punchline. Are you there?
That's so true. Yep, I'm here. I can't see you, but I can hear you. Is your camera turned off?
All right, my brother.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're there, but I just can't see you. Can you see and hear me? Hello, Wanda, are you still there? Oh, Hey, Wanda, go out and come back in.
Okay.
Just got a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we will get Wanda back on and continue our conversation. Thank you for everyone tuning in to watch. We really appreciate you. Wanda should be on. Oh, here we go. Hey, Wanda. Did you use the Did you use the same link that I sent you?
Oh no, was it
There
electronics,
you go.
baby? Well, this is real, but it's a really good topic. So anyway, was I saying something or were you saying something?
Nope, you were talking.
I was talking. I was making a really good point here. I gotta get my notes back here. Okay, what I was saying was, you know, Kevin Hart has to acknowledge, not just him, but most of these comedians, they have to understand why they are saying something. Because if you're saying it's a joke, and like I said, I knew a friend back in Nashville, he would always say, "Oh, this is I was only joking." But if it's hurting me and we're all not laughing, it's not a joke. So we have to be real careful. You remember you go to a comedy club, they tell you don't sit in the front. Because you sit in the front, you are a target. I remember watching the clumps. Remember, well, Professor Clump.
Yes.
That's funny. That's funny. Even that was a joke. But the bottom line is we have to be very mindful of that. And there's another situation that has happened. I was watching this show. I love watching the shows when I see people doing positive things.
Mhm.
And it was a group of young ladies. One was a millionaire, and she did a 48-hour marathon with her products with Lala Anderson. And she's got a girl group that she's in, and one of the girls that don't like her. And long story short, another situation they went to an event. She bought this African outfit, and I think it was maybe $8,000 for this dress. So
Mm.
she actually wore her dress to the next event. Well, she went to the event, and there's a lady. The girl was jealous of her. Clearly, she was jealous of her. This girl is multimillionaire. She knows how to scrap, right? And she said, I'm just trying to be a better person. And she was giving back to the community, doing great things. So she said, well, if the event was coupled, so her husband didn't come. She said, we'll just work the door. She worked the door for the girls' event. Everything was nice. She said, I'm just so glad we were able to help you out. She said, the girl that didn't like her said, well, now you can mop now.
Wow.
So the girl, she said, mop. Yeah, you can mop. And it went on, and it's an ongoing feud now about this mop. How dare you? I got on an $8,000 dress because you were at the event that I went to prior to me coming here, so you know I purchased it because you were at the same event. So I got this on, and because I'm not with my husband, I'm gonna work the door for you. They worked the door profusely for that girl, for that young lady. And then she walks up, oh, I want to thank you guys. And now you can mop.
It's
So
crazy.
and then she said it was a joke. So she's living, and she's a holier than thou person, but it was a joke. And I'm not gonna tell you what her mother said. Did you mop her with that? Did you mop her on that that A double hockey sticks on the floor? Did you mop you mop her butt on that floor? So I'm just saying people just don't know when to say when it comes down to saying that. I'm a person, I'm very, what stuff that come out of my mouth because dealing with television, radio, you talking a lot, stuff is going to come out.
Mhm.
But you got to be very mindful of that. And there you go again.
But the interesting thing, Wonder, is
Oh boy.
sometimes people make these comments and they go, "Oh, it was a joke. I was just playing with you." But then you kind of understand that it wasn't a joke. Um, there's some hidden swipes that people take at you. So it looks like we lost Wander again, and here she comes.
You know what? Maybe God's trying to tell us something. And this could be my house. Because this is the evening and, we got everybody's online and everything. So, yeah. So that's enough. Maybe he telling me to put a sock in it.
No, no, no problem. Well, like I was saying before,
Yeah.
I've learned that when people make little Slack comments and they'll be like, "Oh, you missed the ball or whatever. Oh, you think you know everything, whatever," and then they go, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm just joking." A lot of times, those are a little bit of swipes that they're taking at you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of times people kind of joke in your face, and you have to pay attention to that.
Oh yeah, discernment,
You have to pay
baby.
attention to that.
Yes. Yeah, and again, and what I admired about this young lady, uh, she ended up having a dinner, a truce, trying to
Mhm.
apologize to her. And the other lady, she's 4 feet nothing. She ain't big as you. She maybe 100 pounds wet, and
Mhm.
she's talking. And every time she talked, they showed the camera. Because one thing about it, when cameras follow us, that's a different story. And she got her neck yoked out. What about this? And she was just yoking her neck out. So I'm like, what was it? But the bottom line is the girl told she said, I had a traumatic growing up. I had bad, I lashed out at things. I was angry, and I'm trying to do better. And she really is. And she's a multi-millionaire now.
Mhm.
She's got some great product. Lala Anthony came on and did some. Lala made 1 million. She made 3 million.
Mhm.
And the girl, all she's doing is making t-shirts. So yeah, so but and that's the thing too, knowing how to brush off and having thick skin versus having thin skin when people are coming at you. But getting back to that Kevin Hart thing and comedians when they joke and make fun of you, man, that's really really hurtful. And another real quick thing about this, it was a program on showing talk shows. Remember
Mhm.
Jenny Jones? I
Yeah.
didn't realize I had heard about this guy had a crush on his neighbors, another guy, and he ended up killing that guy.
Mhm.
Jerry Springer had another thing. So they were showing these talk shows. When the people went home after these talk shows, they were doing it for ratings, but people were killed on these public platforms. So yeah, so matters of the heart, you have to be very, very mindful of matters of the heart.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Wow, this was a great, great show.
Yeah, yeah. No doubt. I definitely enjoyed it. And it's real life stuff. And then sometimes we just have to, kick off our shoes, take the gloves off, and let's dialogue. Let's talk about what's really going on in the world. Because you can
Yes.
close your eyes and do the ostrich syndrome, or take it on. Let's talk about it. And once we talk about it, what can we do about it? What can we do about it?
True. Very
Yeah.
true.
So yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you for watching and thank you for the people watching our live. We
Mhm.
always appreciate your support. Please let people know who we are.
Mhm.
Continue to support us and share our live stream. And also, you can watch us on any podcast network. If you can make it easy, go to Spotify. You can listen and watch us at the same time. Thank you, everyone. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Wanda P, host of Rock Restore Our Communities. I'm on all social media platforms. Peace out.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Yes.
Bye bye. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.